Hi, I'm so glad to be here with you. This is Darlene Blackburn, and I'm going to do a chair yoga class today for seniors. This is a beginner introduction class, so you can work on your breath, because that's our energy force, and we must understand the importance of the breath for energy. For seniors in particular, we wonder why we're fatigued. A lot of times because we're not breathing strong enough. So the first thing we're going to do is work on our breathing. We're going to make sure that we are inhaling all the time through our nostrils, taking a big, big breath, trying to get ourselves expanded in our lungs, in our diaphragm, just feeling the blowing up like a balloon. And then when we exhale, actually pulling in this area, pulling the pubic bone, pulling up into the navel, working these lower abdominal muscles, the rectus abdominals and the transverse abdominal muscles, and pulling in. That's our exhale, deflating the diaphragm area. Because the breath gives you energy. So if you don't do anything else but work on your breathing, you're working on yoga. But in chair yoga, we want to make sure that we're sitting up straight. We're using our own muscles in our back. We're not leaning into the chair. We're sitting up on our sitting bones, our pelvic structure, rock back and forth, and we're sitting forward, away from the chair, back of the chair. Notice that I have a block between my feet, and that block is to help me keep this body alignment. I'm trying to keep my hip bones and my thigh bones, my knee, my shin bones, my instep, all of it in the same line, not allowing my legs to go out to the side or my knees to come in, just a parallel line. Then I'm grounding my feet just like I was grounding my pelvic structure. I'm grounding the heel and the ball of my feet into the floor. So the bottom part, my lower torso is grounded. And then my upper torso, I'm pulling up my vertebrae. Right between my pelvic structure, my sitting bones, is my sacrum. And at that point of my sacrum, my vertebrae, I'm pulling up my lower back, my lumbar. I'm pulling up the middle of my back, my thoracic. And in my thoracic, I have my shoulder blades. I'm pulling my shoulder blades together to lift up my sternum, my chest bone even more. So I'm working just on my body alignment. I'm opening up my collarbone. All of this is going to make me be able to breathe better. And my shoulders are back and down. I'm stretching my neckline on the side, my ears away from my shoulders on both sides, lengthening my vertebrae in my upper back, because my upper back, the 7 vertebrae there of my cervical, are holding up my skull. So my chin is just straight ahead, and I'm going to pull my chin in just a little bit and feel the stretch in the back of my neck. Then I'm going to my crown chakra, and I'm going to feel myself lift up even more. So I'm truly trying to separate the upper torso from the lower torso. All of this is to be able to breathe better. I'm going to take my hands in goalpost position, and then I'm inhaling and opening up my chest and my collarbone some more, and my shoulders back. I exhale, bring my arms in, bring my shoulder blades together, and bring my shoulder blades open, and bring my arms together. We'll do it on an angle again. So here I am. Inhale through my nostrils. You can exhale as a beginner through your mouth, and open up those shoulder blades. Inhaling. and exhaling. And relax the arms down. I suggest you do that at least 3 or 4 times. I'm only going to do things maybe twice so I can give you just the fundamentals that you need to practice at home on your own. Next thing is we're just working on opening up everything for breath. We're going to just use the head. You're going to stretch the chin up, stretching the neckline. That's your inhale. Exhale, you're going to bring your chin in your chest, pulling in your diaphragm, but stretching the back of your neck, stretching those 7 vertebrae. This is isolation, just moving one part of the body at a time. Inhale, lift up, stretch. Exhale, chin in your chest, and pulling in your diaphragm. Now, that area is the upper back. Now, that lower back, same principle. You're going to tuck the pelvic under. I'm going to go into the angle again so you can see it. So here I am using the heel of my hands right on the chair. I'm going to tuck my buttocks under. That's going to lift me up some. And then I'm going to pull my pubic bone up in my navel. And then I'm going to release it down into the chair but keep my chest up. Because I just want to work this buttocks and abdominal muscles. Pulling under from my gluteus maximus. Buttocks muscles. Exhale, releasing it down into the chair, sitting up on my sitting bones and lifting my chest up. Not moving my head, I'm just isolating, just moving the lower torso. Now we're going to put those together, and that's called cat and cow that we're going to work on. So when we inhale, we're going to lift the chest up, release the pelvic down. When we exhale, we're going to tuck the pelvic under, pull the pubic bone up in the navel, and bring the chin into the chest. Watch it from the side. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, tuck under. Again, do that 3 or 4 times so that you get the breath quality and get yourself really your joints loosening up. Now we're going to try lateral bends. That's bending from the side. That's like tilting the head, not turning the head, just tilt the head. Here's the head tilting to the right, and the right ear is going to the right shoulder. That's the exhale. Inhale, pull yourself back up. Center, neutral. Exhale, tilt to the left side. And the inhale and pull yourself back up center. We're going to do it with the goal post, the cactus position. Inhale. Exhale, tilt, bring that right hand down, left hand behind your head. Inhale, come back up straight. Exhale, tilt to the left. Stretch that right armpit and stretch that left arm down. And inhale, open up the chest, collarbone, shoulder blades pulling together. Exhale, tilt the head, ear going in line with the shoulder. Inhale up. Last time, exhale, tilt. And keep focusing straight ahead. And inhale up. And exhale, and relax the arms down. And the hands down. Stay relaxed. See how you feel before you go into the next movement. Now what we're going to work on is keeping the back up straight and just work on the legs a little bit. All right? First one I want to work on is just stretch the legs. You're going to have them down in that position for some time. So now we're going to put them in a flex position. The toes back and you're on your heels. Pelvic is you're still sitting up on that pelvic structure and you're sitting up straight. Now you're going to just work that pelvic just like we did before in cat and cow and in the bridge position. We're going to tuck the pelvic under when we exhale, pull the pubic bone up into the navel, work these lower abdominal muscles. Then we're going to inhale, sit up on the pelvic, feel those sitting bones, sit right up on them, and lift the chest. Now stay lifted as much as you can and just work that lower torso. Exhale, tuck under. Inhale and lift up straight and back. Do that 4 or 5 times, like I said again. I'm just doing 2 or 3 just so you understand what to practice. Now, we're going to go into our knees because we're just warming up all the joints. That's what makes you have good circulation. That's why you'll feel better when you finish this class, because your circulation will be good. You'll be able to breathe better. So lift your right knee up and just rock from the knee. Just from the knee. And try to keep your back up straight, always strengthening your back, making yourself stronger. And just rock about 10 times and then bring it down. Let's do the other side. Lift the knee up and rock. Your knee is a hinge joint, so it just rocks back and forth. All you're trying to do is loosen up the fluid in your knees. That's synovial fluid. You want it to be loose. That keeps you from being stiff. This is something you do in the morning while you get up out of the bed. You just sit on the side. You feel stiff in your knees. Rock them before you try to stand up. Now we're going to do the hip joint, the same thing. All we're going to do is lift the foot up and bring it up and down. And then you feel that action happening right in here. And you try to keep your back up. We're isolating, just moving that one part. Up and down about 10 times. Change to the other leg. Up and down. And always breathing. Never hold your breath. We don't work on holding our breaths. We try to get more oxygen as seniors. Up and down and relax. Good. Okay, now we want to open up our hip sockets. We'll put the block to the side for a minute. And we're in stride position. In this position here, you're trying to open up right in the groin area, opening up the hip sockets and pressing open. Use the palm of your hand and put it right in the inside of your knee. Now here we go again. Lift your chest up, your shoulders back, collarbone open, shoulder blades together as you inhale. Then exhale, feel yourself tucking, remember? Tucking that gluteus maximus under and pulling the pubic bone up in the navel. Pulling in that diaphragm, deflating it. Inhale, lift up, like you're trying to come up out of that trunk. Exhale, tuck under, blow the air out, pull in, pull the navel. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, deflate and pull in. All right, very good. Now come back up, straight, neutral. Feel yourself sitting up on the sitting bones. Now we're going to work on twisting the spine with that cactus position. Let's go back to here. Inhale, keep your knees pressing open. Exhale and twist to the right. Inhale, come back center, opening up that chest, breathing strong. Exhale, twist from the waistline. Pull the pubic bone up in the navel. It won't be that much. But inhale, just feel yourself separating the upper torso from the lower torso. Exhale, twist. Keep your knees open. Press open. Exhale, pubic bone up in the navel, pulling that navel in. Inhale, come back center. Exhale and relax and see how you're feeling. Now we're going to do a modification of a side angle. You're going to take that left hand and put it on the inside of the left thigh. Then you're going to take your right hand and put it on your hip. You're going to inhale yourself up, pressing, opening the chest, shoulders back. Now go into that twist. Exhale, twist to the right and slide down the left. Then inhale and salute at your forehead with that right hand. And exhale, stretch the armpit. Then bring that hand down and inhale yourself back up through your center. Inhale. Exhale and relax. Try it on the other side. Put the right hand on the inside. Left hand on your hip. Inhale yourself up and press open. Exhale, twist the waistline to the left. Slide down the right. Inhale, salute with that left hand. Exhale, stretch the armpit and maybe stretch and twist a little more. Then bring the hand down and inhale yourself up. Breathe yourself up. And exhale and relax when you get there. See how you feel. Now, we're going to still work on this stretch. We're going to take that right arm, that right leg, and stretch it out. And we're going to still, here we go. We're going to feel that stretch there, but instead of putting our hand on the inside of our leg, we're going to put it to our heart. Put the left hand to your heart. Reach your right arm to right in line, stay in body alignment. So you're going to inhale, and you're going to exhale and twist into the right like we did before. Stretch it down, and then inhale and stretch both in that line, so you're on an angle. Then exhale, come back to your heart. Bring your hand down and inhale yourself back up. And then when you get back center, exhale and relax. Take the left leg, inhale it up. Exhale, twist to the left, slide down. Inhale, give yourself that stretch. Stay in body alignment, hand with the foot. Exhale, come back to the heart. And then bring the hand down and inhale yourself back up. Exhale and relax. Do that 2 or 3 times. Just feel that stretch and relaxing at the end and opening up all of your joint areas. Bring your legs back parallel. Let's do a twist one more time. We're going to take the left hand and put it across the right, outside the right knee, and put the right hand behind us. Now here's our twist. Now I'm going to go back to the block. If you have a block or a ball, put it between your legs so that you understand that you keep the legs facing front as you are twisting the upper torso. So you're going to inhale the upper torso up as you squeeze the block. And then you're going to exhale, pull the pubic bone up in the navel. Pull in. Pull the ribs up into the chest and open up the collarbone. Don't move the shoulders. Keep the chin in line with that sternum, that breastbone. Then inhale, come back center. Exhale and relax for a minute. Take the right hand, put the left hand back in the seat. Inhale yourself up. Exhale and twist. Inhale, come back center. Exhale and relax. Do that 2 or 3 times too. Again, just to open you up. The twists are so important because they help you even with elimination. If you're drinking like you should do, after you finish this class, you should drink a lot of water. It helps with your elimination. It pushes the waste out because it's wringing out your intestines. Let's bring the feet, keep them in that parallel line, and we're going to do something like a Charleston feeling. You're going to cross your hands and squeeze your inner thighs, but you're really working these adductors. This is what's important. Don't put the tension in the shoulders and nothing. Just really put the tension in squeezing the inner thighs together and inhaling your chest up and opening up the collarbone. Then exhale, go on the side of your ankles. Let them stretch and open up the groin area again. Press open. But keep the chest up and the shoulders back. We're isolating again. Inhale, just working the bottom. Squeeze, lift, exhale, and open up. But keep the chest up, shoulders back, the collarbone, and opening up the hip sockets. Good. Do that 3 or 4 times. Inhale and exhale and just relax. You'll feel so much better afterwards. Okay, now I'm going to try to do some movements with our yoga strap. All right, this is our yoga strap. I'm only going to do it about once on each side so you see the whole sequence, but you should do it at least 4 times on each side before you change. Okay, the first one I'm going to demonstrate is just warming up the joints. That's all we're doing. Don't worry about the flexibility. The more you do it, the more flexible you are going to become. But right now, you just want to warm up all your joints. So here we go. You bend, extend, and bend, and down. Watch it from the side. Keep your back up straight. Don't try to lift your leg up high. Just bend, extend, and bend, and down. Okay? And then you do that on the left leg. Same principle. keeping your back up. Take a breath, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale down. Bend, extend, and bend, and down. And change. Now, like I said, you should do that about 3 or 4 times on one leg before you transfer. Okay, the next one, we've warmed up our hip sockets, so now we're going to open up our hip sockets. So you have bend, extend, take the strap and put it in the right hand with the right leg. Pull that back up. This is a support. That strap is to support you to pull up. Then reach the left arm out to the side. And then open and close and open and close and open and close, maybe about again at least 8 times. Maybe you can't do 8, we'll do 4. And then relax down and change to the other leg. You do as many that is comfortable for you at this time. If you haven't been doing this, then you may need to do less amount. If you have, then go ahead and try to do at least 8 to 10. Here it is again. Bend, extend, put it in the same hand. I'm doing the left side now. Bring the other hand out to the side to try to help you keep your back up straight. And then open and close and open and close. And like I said, try to do at least for 10 times. I'm just doing a few just to show you what to practice. Next one, going back to the right side. Now that was for the inner thighs. That was for the inner thighs, your adductors. Now we have to work the abductors, this outside of the thighs. Plus, when we work the outside, we're working on the sciatic nerve. So here we are. Bend, extend. Now take it in the opposite hand. I got the right leg and I'm using the left hand. And then I'm going to kind of cross it if I can to squeeze my inner thighs together. As I flex this foot back in that heel, to feel the stretch on the side of my outside of my thigh. And then I reach my arm out to the side again, trying to help me keep my back up. Because you want to strengthen this lower back. You don't want to round. Gravity is constantly pulling us down, so we have to constantly work on pulling up. And that's why we're using the strap, to keep our backs up. Pull the pubic bone up into the navel, lifting ourselves up. Now from this position here, we're going to go into the pigeon. And the pigeon is where we cross our leg. If you're able to cross your leg, this is wonderful. If you can't cross your leg, then bring your foot down to this position here. That same foot. Keep the left one parallel. And just open up that groin area again. And just press open. But stay front. But if you can bring your leg up, you can use your strap to help you, to keep your back up, because that's the whole point in the sciatic nerve, is that you've been clunking, you've been rounding. So you have to pull up, because the sciatic nerve starts back here at the sacrum, right underneath the sacrum. You got a muscle called the piriformis muscle. It's right underneath that. Remember that it goes to sacrum, piriformis muscle, and then this nerve, the sciatic nerve, runs from there all the way down. It's the longest nerve in your body, all the way down to your foot. So you have to pull yourself up. And we're just going to work circulation right here. We're just going to rotate our ankles 8 times, let's say, and then reverse it. And if you have your shoes off, you can put if you really have sciatic trouble, you can put your fingers one at a time, which is good for you. Take your time, put them between your toes, if you can't do that circulation, and just work that ankle. Very, very good for your ankle. Also good for your sciatic nerve. Also good for plantar fasciitis. To work your foot, because we don't do enough movement, making our feet as flexible, and reverse it the other way as possible. This is good for your knees. Working that foot, flexing and extending. All of that protects the knee. Now, going into the hip socket, you can use your strap, or you can, here's where you use your strap, and pull and just move that hip socket. Now we are making sure that the hip socket keeps mobile. Because if it doesn't, it's one of the second things. First the knee goes, next thing that goes is the hips. So you've got to keep them mobile. If you can use your hands, think of cradling it like a baby and rock it back and forth. Notice I've got the hand underneath the neck of the baby because we don't want to drop the baby. And you rock it. Good. And then bring your leg down. Bend and extend. You shake it out. And then do the same thing on the left leg. So here we go again. So the first thing you do is bend, extend, and put it in the opposite hand. Remember that. Cross it over, squeeze, pull your back up, and just hold and really try to get that stretch. Then from there, we go into the pigeon. Remember the pigeon. You can use the belt if you can't hold yourself up, or you can hold onto your shin bone and pull your back up because we're working, pigeon is for the sciatic nerve. And then rotate your ankle, pointing and flexing around, pointing and flexing in the opposite direction, or like I showed you, put your hands through your fingers through each one of your toes and really make yourself articulate your foot. Or just grab your foot like I'm doing now and just articulate it. Just move it around. Make your feet as flexible as possible. A little girl told me that from doing this all the time, she almost fell and her ankle went over and she didn't feel nothing because her ankles were flexible. So, it works. So now grab under. Let's go into the hip socket. Rock the hip socket. All of these are just things to loosen you up. Like I said, to give you energy. I don't want you to be sore tomorrow. None of that. It's not about any of that. And relax it. When you finish this class, you want to feel better than you started. That's what it's all about. Feeling better. Okay? So we tried to warm up each part of the body. Through with the strap for now. We warmed up from our head to our toe. Now I'm just going to go through some of the modifications in yoga for the warrior poses. The first warrior pose is warrior one. Now when we do warrior one, we do it to the side in the chair. This is how we practice it. You have 3 levels of this block. Now if you don't have a stretch, then you decide you're going to do it on a lower level. I mean, if you have a stretch, you do it on the lower level. But if you don't have a stretch, maybe you need to pull it up to the second level. And if you don't have a stretch at all, pull it all the way up to the last level. I'm going to start with the lower level because I just want to protect my knee. So I'm putting this block, put my knee on this block, and then I'm taking this leg, my left leg, and putting it down flat. So now I'm on this side. Notice I'm still trying to be in a straight line, just as if I was standing up doing warrior one. I can hold on to here if I can't keep myself up straight. Then I can take my outside hand and pull it up. Inhaling, pulling my back up. Not bending over. I'm trying to get up straight. I'm trying to bring my arm as close by my ear as possible and stretching this line, stretching and pulling up. Now if I can feel my balance, I can bring the other arm up. And now that's my modification for warrior one. And if I'm really stretched, I can stretch this leg back some more to give myself a stretch. Otherwise, I'll just keep it right here and stay in this position. And then bring my hands down on my knee and stay lifted. Now for protection and for safety, just grab this leg and bring it back in. Everything in body alignment. Don't do any twisting. So, and then bring yourself back around to the front. And then do the same thing on the left leg. Take your block. If you don't need your block, then you can go all the way to the floor. But protect your knees. Don't want to feel no pain in your knees. You're stretching your quadriceps here. Pull up your back. Get yourself up straight. Take the outside hand, inhale up. Stretch. Take the other one if you feel balanced. And lift. And give yourself that stretch. Then bring your hands down, keeping your back up straight. Hold on, bring your leg to meet the other leg, and then bring yourself back center. That's how we practice Warrior 1. Practicing Warrior 2. Again, you should do it on both sides. You should do it a couple of times and take your time doing it. Warrior 2, we start in straddle position. And now from straddle position, we've already warmed up our hip sockets. You're going to take that right leg. And notice I'm not moving anything but the leg. You take your right leg, and from the hip socket, I'm turning that foot parallel. And I'm still facing front. Here's my shoulders, there's my hip. I'm still working body alignment. Now my left foot, the heel is in line with the arch of the right foot. And now I'm trying to stretch this leg. If not, if I feel any kind of pain, then I back up. Because I do not want to go in unease. I'm trying to stay in ease and just let it happen slowly but surely. But this is the position. The weight should be in the ball and the outside heel of this right foot and into the heel and the ball of your left foot. Because remember, these are all standing up exercises. Then from that position, I'm facing front, and all I do is reach my arms out, not up, out. And I press my hip sockets open. Then the bent knee, I turn my head and look at my middle finger. Always working on focus, my middle finger. Then I bring my head back center, inhale, and exhale my arms down. Take that leg, pull it back into straddle position, and then rotate again. The left side, turn it parallel as you stay pulling up, not shifting your weight from right to left. Keep your weight right in the center. Feel your sitting bones. Feel any kind of pain, bend that knee. This is my sensitive knee, so I'm not going to try to really straighten it. But I'm going to try to open up those hip sockets in my groin area so I stay centered. Inhale, my arms stretching out. Exhale, turn my head and look over my middle finger. Focus. Inhale and come back center. Exhale and relax down. Grab on the inside of my knee and pull myself back to straddle position. And shake your legs out. That's Warrior 2. Those are your 2 basic warrior poses that you should learn. So now we're just going to go into relaxation, getting ready to go into our relaxation poses to cool out, or go into Shavasana where we just relax. Because at the end, you should really work on meditation. You should work on how do you feel. So turn the arms over, palms up, chest up. And let's inhale the arms up and exhale them to the center of your heart to Namaste. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Namaste. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Blessings.